here we go. We're going to do lesson 8.5. Please turn to page 467, okay? And we are going to get started, okay? We're going to do fractions on a number line because we like number lines. Yeah, now we're going to find fractions on it. All right. Billy's family is traveling from his house to his grandma's house. They stop at gas stations when they are 1/4 and 3/4 of the way there. How can you represent those distances on a number line? You can use a number line to show fractions. The length from one whole number to the next whole number represents one whole. The line can be divided into any number of equal parts or lengths. Okay, we do not have fraction strips. We're not going to use fraction strips here in class either. We're just going to draw them. So, but I want you to know, look here, you have 0/4 and you have 4/4. Well, you know that 4 out of 4 equals 1 whole. So we're going from 0 to 1. Okay, we're just splitting up that whole, that one part on a number line into 4 separate parts. So we have, here's 1/4, here's 1/4. I'm going to make another box. Yes, in Mrs. Keith's world, that's equal. Yeah, there we go. I have another 4. So if I have 1/4 and I add another 4, how many fourths do we have? Well, we have 2 fourths. Okay? Then if I add another 4, sorry, Mrs. Keith's world, that's equal. You have another 4. We now have 1, 2, 3 fourths. So that becomes 3 fourths. Okay? Then I add another 4. Okay? We now have 1, 2, 3, 4 fourths, which is 1 whole. It goes from 0 to 1. We have that broken up into 4 parts. Okay? All right, let's go to the next page. It'll go. There it is. Okay? Write the fraction that names a point on the number line. Okay? So, we have 1/6 here. Okay? The length of one equal part. This is one of the parts that are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all the same size. They're equal. So we have one of these parts. So one equal part is 1/6. Okay? Do we see that? Okay. So if we go from 0 to this section, that is 1/6 of the number line, okay? Because we've gone 1/6 of the way to 1. So let's go. We go another 6. Well, that's 1/6. That's 2/6. Now we go another one. That's now 1, 2, 3/6. Now we go another one, and it's 4/6. And then we go, oh, 5/6. Hey, that's where our dot is. Okay? So we're going to shade the fraction strips to show the location of the points. So I'm going to shade 1/6. Let's say shade 2/6, 3 of the 6, 4 of the 6, and then 5 of the 6. That's where my point ends. Okay? So I have shaded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 6. There are 5 out of 6 equal lengths shaded. So the shading length shows 5/6. So 5/6 is where that point is on that number line. Okay? We're going to do a share and show. Complete the number line. Draw a point to show 2/3. Right? But first off, we have 0. How many parts is this broken up to from 0 to 1? How many parts? 1, 2, 3. 3 equal parts. Okay? Now, if we just go from here to here, that's just one equal part out of 3. Now we're going to go again. That is 2 equal parts out of 3. So it's 1, 2 parts. Now we're going to go again, and it's 3 equal parts out of 3. Okay, but then it says, draw a point to show 2/3. Well, where is 2/3? Right here. 1/3, 2/3. Where does it end? Right here at this point. That is 2/3. That's where your point should be. Okay? All right. Write the fraction that names the point. Well, it's broken up into how many parts? Well, you can see here how many parts it is. It's 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's broken up into 8 parts. Well, this is 1 out of 8. You see, it's got the box. It's 1 out of 8. We've got another one, 2 out of 8. Well, where is A? What is that point? Well, we have 1, 2, 3 out of the 8 boxes. So it's 3 eighths. Okay? Now we go on. There's 4 out of 8, 5 out of 8. Uh-oh, there's B. There's nothing there, but we know that this was 5 out of 8. This is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 8. So 6 eighths. Okay, is point B. We go on to one more. Well, what's one more eighth than 6 eighths? Well, there it was 6 eighths. Now we have 7 eighths. Okay, then we have 8 eighths to make that entire one. Okay, from 0 to 1, there are 8 eighths. Okay, use the fraction strips to help you complete the number line, then locate and draw a point for the fraction. Well, how many boxes am I going to draw here? I'm going to draw 6 because that's what my denominator tells me. That's how many equal parts there are from 0 to 1. So I'm going to draw all the way down my boxes. Yeah, Mrs. P Squirrel, that's equal. So 1. Okay. Now, this is 1/6 right here. That's 1/6. That's 1 of the 6ths. Okay. Now we have 1, 2. There's another 6. I'm going to go ahead and put this 6 in here. These are all 6ths. I know it's hard to say, or it's fun to say. Okay. Then we have 1/6. Then we have 1, 2 sixths, 3 sixths, 4 sixths, 5 sixths, and then 6 sixths. Then it says locate and draw a point for the fraction 2 sixths. Well, it's right here. 2 sixths. After your 1, 2, 2 sixths. Okay, let's do it again. 2/3. How many parts, how many boxes am I going to break it up into from 0 to 1? 3 parts, because that's what the denominator tells me. So I'm going to draw it. I'm going to do 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 equal parts. Mrs. P's world, those are equal. I'm going to mark them as all thirds. Okay? Well, let's put it here. I have 0/3. If I go down one, I have shaded like 1 whole. So it's 1/3 of the number line. But if I go down again, I've shaded another one. So that's 2 out of 3. That's 2/3 of that number line. And then if I go, it's 3/3. That would have been the whole from all the way from 0 to 1. Now it tells me though, I have to put it on 2/3. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find 2/3 on the number line, and I'm going to mark it. Mark it directly on the number line. Don't put it above, don't put it below, put it directly on the number line. That shows me that you are marking it for that fraction. Okay? Write the fraction that names the point. How many parts is this broken up into? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's broken up into 4 parts. So let's look at this. If I jump to see, how many parts is that? Well, it's out of 4, so I jumped once. So it's 1 out of 4. Okay, the boxes are gone. So now I'm going to make jumps. Just to, it's the same as if you had a box. You can draw a box if you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and do a jump. I've done one jump here. Now point D, I'm going to do another jump. It's still out of the 4th, right? This is 1/4, this is 1/4, this is 1/4, this is 1/4. So how many fourths did I go? I did one jump, I did 2 jumps. So it is 2/4. Okay? Now, I'm going to go again. This is still a 4th, isn't it? It's 1/4. But I'm going to go, I have 1, 2, 3. 3 fourths. I am finished with the 3 fourths. So that's what I ended up at, 3 of the fourths. Okay. Now, this is where we get kind of confused. It's okay. Just think through it. There's a walking trail at the park. 4 laps around the trail is a distance of 1 mile. How many laps does it take to walk 3/4 of a mile? Okay, so let's look at this. I've got my number line here. There's 0, there's 1. I'm going to break it up into how many parts? 4. Okay? So this is 1 of the fourths. That's 1/4. This is 2/4. This is 3/4. And this is 1 or 4/4. Okay? Now, this is 1 lap because it says there's 4 laps around the trail is a distance of 1 mile. So this is like going 1 whole mile. But we're only going to do 3/4 of a mile. So if it takes 4 laps to do 1 mile, which we have here, how many laps would you do to do 3/4? Well, there is 1 lap around the track. There's 2 laps around the track. There are 3 laps around the track, and that's where we got to 3/4. It would take 3 laps. Okay? A recipe for pasta makes enough for 8 servings. How many servings can be made using 4/8 of each ingredient in the recipe? Okay? You have 8 servings. Each serving is 1/8. Okay? So let's think about this. I'm trying to show it to you different ways. Let's think about this. If there are 8 servings and one of those servings is 1/8 of the entire recipe. Okay? 1/8 is 1 serving. Okay? Now, how many servings would be made using 4/8? So 1/8 equals 1. 2/8 would be 2 servings. 3/8 would be 3 servings. So 4/8 would equal 4 servings. Okay? I don't know if you noticed, but that's our numerator tells us right here how many servings it would be, how many 8s it would be. Okay. Javier ran 8 laps around the track to run a total of 1 mile on Monday. How many laps will she need to run on Tuesday to run 3/8 of a mile? Okay? So, Javier ran 8 laps around the track to run a total, so 8 laps equal 1 mile. That's just like the other one. How many laps will she need to run for 3/8 of a mile? So what do you need to run? No. How many laps you need to run on Tuesday to run 3/8 of a mile? So let's use the model to solve the problem. 0, 8. And then the entire mile was 8 laps. 8/8 of a lap. Well, let me go ahead and break it up into 8s. I think that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. 1, 2. Okay. Mrs. Keith's world, those are all equal. So, this is 1 lap. This is 2 laps. This is 3 laps. 4 laps. 5 laps. 6 laps. 7 laps. 8 laps. Okay? That's for 1 mile. Well, if she is at 3/8, we go 1, 2, 3. We're right here. How many laps did she do? Well, she did 1, 2, 3 laps. Okay, so there are 8 laps in 1 mile. Each lap represents 1/8 of a mile. Okay, 3 laps represent the distance of 3/8 of a mile. So Javier will need to run 3 laps to run 3/8 of a mile. Okay? All right. Locate and draw point F on the number line to represent the fraction 2/4. But wait a minute, Mrs. Keith. There are no markings. There's no letters or numbers on here. You can figure this out because you have the tick marks. That's what these things are called, tick marks. Those are tick marks on your number line. Okay? How many tick marks are there? Well, if you start here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 equal parts. So we start at 0 out of 4. We know that if there's 4 equal parts and it's 1, this is going to be 4/4. So let's just start going. There's 1/4. There's another 4, 2/4. There is 3/4. Okay? So but it says to locate and draw point F. So we're going to go 1, 2 of those points. I'm going to draw a point, and I'm going to label it F. Okay, that is where 2/4 is located, at F. Okay. I'm going to go on. All right, hon, what I want you to do, right now is I want you to go on to Go Math, and I want you to do the homework that is on Go Math on Canvas. Go to the math module and do lesson 8.5 for me. Okay, remember to turn it in.